Hey everyone, Chris Lou here, and I've got some developments in the whole computer situation mess. Turns out that one, it was sent in about almost 2 weeks ago, and whenever I sent it in for repairs there, they said that they'll get an email regarding a repair estimate because I wasn't sure if it was covered under warranty. Um, and normally they would get an email back immediately regarding that. Well, I went to go check on it yesterday, and to see if they'd gotten an email on the repair estimate. Turns out they haven't. And I asked the guy, I said, what would cause it to do that? What would cause them to not send an email? And he said there are three possible situations, one of which is impossibility, but he had to say it anyway. The first one being the impossibility was that they sent it and they didn't respond within 24 hours, so they were going to send it back unrepaired. The guy checks his emails, checks the store's emails for that every day. He checks them every morning, and he didn't see it. He hasn't seen it. Now, what that means is one of two things. One, it was an inexpensive fix, and they didn't bother sending them an email, and then I've just got to pay out of pocket, which hopefully by inexpensive, they mean like $40 or so. Another possible option, which is, I'm hoping for this one, is that it was covered under warranty, and he said whenever that happens, they really don't ever email them back unless it's a really expensive fix. He said if it's a really expensive fix, then they'll give an email before they even touch it, and regarding a repair estimate, and he never received one. So we are looking in the positives. So hopefully that'll come in Wednesday. They get their truck shipments every Wednesday regarding the anything they get shipped in, anything that gets repaired, so on and so forth. Another positive note that started off very stressful. As a lot of you guys know, back at the end of November, I was in Duke Regional Medical Center, the hospital. I took that video down at the request of somebody, and that was a bad idea. But I was in Duke Regional Medical Center for mental breakdown, essentially, and it was really bad. And I was out of work for about 4 days. I filed through a leave of absence through Sedgwick and got all that started. Well, for 2 months, I have tried to get a hold of my doctor up there, my psychiatrist who saw me. He was out of the country for nearly a month. Nobody returned my calls. Nobody gave me a fax number. It wasn't until about a week ago that I pried the fax number out of somebody, and was able to get that and sent them my Sedgwick leave of absence paperwork. And they got it. They got it, and the guy filled it out. And I thought, okay, not a problem, not my issue anymore. I thought, okay, he's going to fax it over. It's going to get taken care of. It's not going to be a problem at all. I was wrong. Turns out, even though at the bottom of the freaking paper, at the end of it all, it says fax to this number, and they gave an alternative fax, the incompetent doctor mailed it to me, and it still hasn't come to me. And I talked to Sedgwick, the leave of absence people, and the deadline for my paperwork is tomorrow, which might be the day you guys are seeing this. So I knew it was going to be the 18th or the 19th. They told me 19th, but I'm guessing that they shortened the deadline or somebody's wrong. But either case, the 19th was my deadline. I was able to get it and finally got it in a week in advance. I'm thinking, or a week until the deadline. I'm thinking, okay, faxes only take a little while to send. It'll be filled out. It'll be fine. Thank God for all that. Well, I was wrong. So it turns out the doctor never did it right, and that flew me into such a huge rage this morning. I was cussing them out because this is my job at risk. Well, for one, I rushed up here to work. I'm actually in Walmart parking lot right now. I rushed up here and got the record for my original faxing of that paper, and they were able to resend it. So now they have absolutely no excuse. The doctor told me that she would, whenever I cussed her out this morning, said that if I fax it again, she'll have him fill it out and fax it immediately. I don't trust that, but I'm doing exactly as I'm told with that. Then I had to talk to my store manager because this is driving me insane, and he said that if it gets to comes to worse, that he will excuse it for me because he saw the record, saw that I was trying, saw that I tried calling, tried sending things. In fact, I was in the hospital and I couldn't leave. So after an entire morning of raging, I'm good. Everything's slowly moving forward. So the computer situation is going to be hopefully going to be working out. The leave of absence stuff is working out. Everything's slowly starting to fall back into place. And as soon as I get all that done, as soon as everything's finished, everything's healed up, everything's good, I can finally, after so much stress, get back to doing what I love to do. And that's making videos for you guys, trying to make you guys laugh. Back to working on my game if all the files haven't been destroyed. Just get right back on track. Hopefully we can get all that back to moving, and we can just business as usual, resume everything. Which reminds me, I do have a couple things I do want to say regarding that. There are going to be some changes to the channel, not major changes, but nothing. I'm not going to be not doing it. Any of the things I've been normally doing, the gameplay and stuff. I'm going to be doing. I've got a couple friends that I'm going to be gaming with, doing some online games, or like not online, but the local shop, the shop owner, Rob up at Gamers Corner, has given me the all clear to come in there and record like Mario Kart gameplay where we rage out and start cussing at each other, Bomberman, Halo, that kind of stuff. They could be doing a whole slew of stuff like that. I was inspired by Game Attack whenever they started doing that, so I thought, I'll do it. We're also going to be doing board game stuff, gameplay, showcasing some board games that we like. First and foremost I want to do is Uno, because that's whenever people rage and try to hit each other. That's where you lose your friendships. But I figured that'd be fun to try to do that with you guys. And sort of just make you guys laugh or something like that. So those are going to be some changes to the channel once everything gets back to rolling again. So yeah, we're hoping that, it's not terrible. Hopefully it's not even something I got to pay for. So we're looking positive in that direction. Hospital thing's been sorted out, so I don't have to worry about that anymore. And everything's starting to fall into place. So thank you guys so much for sticking with me throughout all this mess, keeping up with me. Some of you guys have kept up with me and asked me what's going on. Joe and Mickey especially. Thanks for sticking by me during this mess, and once I get back on track, we'll be back on track for good. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, see you guys later.